Thanks very much for agreeing to do this little video blog, Paul. This is the first time we've done one with you, so I'm grateful for your time. I guess the first question I want to ask is about the shape of the first team and I suppose second team squad this year and the season coming ahead, and how you've tried to build it and on what basis.
Coming in last year for the last 6 or 7 games give me a feel of how we were going to go about things, and also give me a feel of who was going to play for me and who wanted to hang about and etc. And then so the big bonus for me is we've not lost any players. So I think, considering we finished 4th, we was lucky with a few injuries in different places, we never got them, etc. But to strengthen the squad, we've probably brought in 6, 7 players, maybe looking at 1 more. So I think on a whole, the squad for the 1s and the 2s is going to be a lot better. We should have a lot more strength in depth, which we've probably not had in the last few years.
How do you approach integrating those you referred to 6 or 7 players? How do you approach to the integration of those players into the squad and into the way that you want them to play?
The players that we've brought in we've got good information on. We've done quite a bit of research. A lot of them we know and stuff, and it's getting the right blend and character to fit in. So the new boys like Phil Mills, Lewis Allen, Mooney, etc. They've all been involved with like the Lancashire setup, and I coached Lewis and Phil when they were younger at the under 20s, so they kind of know my style of coaching. They know the type of play we want to play in a wide open, expansive game, etc. So they've already got an idea of it, and then the other lads who are coming in have got a broad knowledge of what we want to do. So when we're training, all we're doing is getting everything across in games-based sessions. We're not flogging the lads and making them do hundreds and hundreds of sprints. We're just playing games, but they're getting a good blow on doing it.
That's the style that clearly you've following on from Mark Nelson, your predecessor, but also for Lancashire, I guess. So most of these players will have played for Lancashire, so again they would have the same kind of style and approach again.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit different with Lancashire. You kind of threw together a bit, so it's kind of get the blends right. But for us, they have got a broad knowledge, like you say, of how we want to play, so they understand it quick. And to be honest, what rugby player doesn't want to play that style of rugby? So they all fully buy into it. They all fully enjoy it. They're not chasing box kicks every 2 minutes. So they've all got smiles on their faces at the moment.
How are they shaping up, the squad as a whole?
Yeah, really enjoyed it. Me and Warren Spraggan have been taking the sessions, and the lads have really bought in. I've kind of been stood there more with the whistle than actually joining in. You don't want to get caught in between the rock and a hard place of trying to join in, but then you can't see what's actually going on.
But you did do the 800 metres.
I did do the 800 metres, yeah, and I'll probably do it again. I'll probably do it every Tuesday and Thursday. I'll do the 800 metres, and the lads can watch and laugh. But that'll be my only bit of running for the start of it. So just to try and keep me in. But no, the training's been great. They've really all been supportive. They've all joined in. We've had good feedback. We've had players taking sessions. So like Evan Stewart did a 4 session for the back row the other night. We're using quite a lot player led, which is really good. So I don't actually say that much. I can put a style and a framework of how we want to do it and give them my ideas. But then when we come in to have our little debrief chat for a minute or two, it's a lot of it's player led, which is ideal and the environment that I want to build.
I guess by the pattern of recruitment, you felt the need to improve the strength and depth of the forwards. Is that so? I've
still got one second row place to fill, but hopefully something should be done in the next week or so to do that. But no, the lads that we recruited, we wanted another hooker. We felt we needed one to bring in, so that's why we brought in Phil Mills. With Mooney coming in, it adds our strength and depth to the number 8 position as well. So he was key for us, and Pete Oldham coming back to the club has been a great boost for us. He played really well for Lancashire, so I'm really looking forward to him getting stuck in. He's been training hard. And then in the backs, we needed a couple of players. So we have got good strength in the backs anyway, even though there's not as many forwards, if you know what I mean. But the boys who we've got hopefully a good array, and we've got players in each position who can cover. So I think we should be okay.
The forthcoming season will be no easier than last season in terms of strength of opponents and so on. Some of the clubs building very, very strong squads, particularly Coventry, who've recruited, as they usually do, an army of new players and quality players. How do you see the familiar shape of this division? Because it does look to be a kind of recurrent group of teams at the top, clubs at the top, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's never been an easy league, is it? There's never been any gimmies at all. So you get 4 new teams every year. I suppose the last 2 years, when you think Ealing coming down and almost giving a full-time squad, and Doncaster the year before, and then we had Ealing and Jersey, etc. So they've always been. So next year's probably maybe a bit unknown. So I know Plymouth have lost a lot of players. But I've also seen they've recruited a lot, and they've got a big area to pull from down there of a lot of quality players. So I think Cornish All Blacks have been raided quite a bit, who aren't a bad side in themselves. So we don't know, they could be an unknown quantity. For Coventry, I think it'll be their year, as in they're going to really go for it. They brought in Scott Hamilton, which kind of just speaks for itself, doesn't it? Bringing in New Zealand international with the quality that he's got. I know Terry Sigley, a prop who's been around a bit, and I know quite well, he's gone back. So they're definitely going to have a push for it, which is, they're a great club. They've got the championship set up there. So
Rosslyn Park, I noticed, are just finishing their new 3G pitch. So that'll be another club that's going in that direction. And have you got any feelings about playing on plastic?
Yeah, well, we played at Ealing last year, didn't we, on it? So yeah, I don't mind playing on it in the middle of winter. It saves me washing my dirty kit kind of thing. So yeah, no, they're all right. It doesn't really bother me. It's surface.
I mean, we have the advantage here at the Woodlands, of course, of having such a good pitch that even in midwinter, generally speaking, it is not heavy. So I guess the urgency of a surface like that isn't as great here as it is in some places where...
No, Lytham like St Helens, and it's always sunny. There's never any rain. Perfect all year round.
Okay. Any final comments about how you're looking forward to the season? And I mean, so perhaps we could just say a few things about the pre-season fixtures, because unlike previous years, you've undertaken quite a commitment in 3 tough games actually before we even get the league campaign underway.
Yeah. They are going to be tough games. We've got Sedgley Park, Yorkshire County, and Rotherham coming to here, and it's kind of building links as well with them too. We also had Doncaster, Nottingham, Moseley all get in touch with me and wanting to play as all the clubs, even the Leeds, Brian Redpath got in touch and stuff. So they all want to come here. They know what it's like, and they know we'll give them a tough game. So that's really good for us as a reputation as a club. I think obviously we normally play Sale and just play the one-off game, but with Sale season starting later, they was kind of ready to commit to a game. So I think the Sedgley Park game will be a mix of looking at for a lot of fringe players, lads aren't available, and then the same again leading into it for the Leeds and then the Yorkshire game, and the Leeds and Rotherham game. And we want to test ourselves. We want to play these championship clubs and see how good we are.
Right.
I'm looking forward to that.
Great. Thank you very much, Paul.
No
Cheers.
Cheers.